How you doing? This is Shogun with another video from the Be Immortal Dojo. So I found out recently how they actually boiled frogs. It turns out that you cannot throw a frog into a pot of boiling hot water. It'll just jump right out. You can't put a frog on a hot skillet, it will just jump right out. What you do is you put a frog in a pot with lukewarm water so it's comfortable, so it just stays there. And then you put the heat up. And then as the water gets hotter, the frog will just adapt to the heat until it boils and dies. That's how to boil a frog. Now I'm going to use that analogy when I'm talking to you about where you are today. If you're in a situation that you don't want to be in and don't know how you got there, this is what happens. Let's say you want to be an entrepreneur. Let's say that after high school you had an idea for a business and you wanted to go for it. But in the interim, you have to pay bills. So what do? You do what everybody else does. You get a job with the understanding it's only going to be temporary. I'm just going to have this job till I save up enough money to open up my own business. Then I'm going to quit the job, be an entrepreneur like I really wanted to. Nothing wrong with that. I applaud you for that. But here's what happens to most people. They get the job. So they start making some money. They start paying their rent on time. They start getting a little comfortable, you know. Then they start spending their money on stuff that is not going according to their ultimate goal or their first desire. And what happens is, because they have all these other extracurricular activities that are taking over their money, they find themselves in need of that job, so they can't leave the job. And they have no money in the bank to open up the business. So their need to keep the job has taken the place of their desires to be better. Because they, little by little, got conditioned to just staying there, getting the weekly paycheck, paying the bills on time. Maybe they met somebody and that's where some of their money went. If you're a guy, you know what I'm talking about. But ultimately, they adapt to their surroundings. And ultimately, their vision of greatness died. It literally died, to the point where now they can't see any further than just working at that job and just paying their rent and saving them money for a possible staycation. If people don't know what staycation means, that, you know, they save up all year to just be able to stay home and do this, like it, and catch them on their binge watching. That they stay home, a staycation, rather than go out there and always keep in mind of what they really wanted to do, of what they really want out of life. So like the frog, what happens is you get conditioned and then your dreams die. And I see it time and time again. I ask a lot of people that are complaining about their jobs, well, why are you here? They say, well, this is the only job that I ever had. I'm good at it. I hate it though. Yeah, do you know why you hate your job? Or do you know why you hate your situation? Because you forgot or didn't pursue that which you wanted to do. You forgot your desire. You forgot what's going to make you happy. You've forgotten everything that you wanted that'll make your life so much better. Because you got caught up in getting a job, paying the bills, and just living that life. You know, I'm here to tell you today that due to technologies, there are so many affiliate marketing programs that you could join to create money to leave the job and go live your passion. There's so many multi-level marketing companies that are absolutely fantastic that you can make tons of money to have the time and financial freedom to do exactly what it is that you want to do. But what happens is the belief in the achievement of these goals died a long time ago. Died. And then you get somebody like me that comes to you and says, hey, listen, I'm in this business. We're making a ton of money. We're looking for people who are like-minded, that want time and financial freedom, that are willing to work a little bit of hours every day to make a whole bunch of money down the line. Are you interested? And because your passion and because everything inside of you that was young and vibrant and ready to take on the world has died, what do you say? You say, nah, that stuff can't happen. Nah, that's just for some people, but not for me. Nah, I'm not smart enough to do this. Nah, this, nah, that, nah, the other. When your passion, although it died for that, it can be resurrected. So I'm asking you today to think about what it is that you truly wanted to do when you were younger. Before you got the job, before you got married, before you got kids, what was that one thing that made you happy, that got you out of bed, that got you so motivated to just take on the world? I want you to stop and take a moment and think about that. And I want you to imagine and feel the feeling that inspires. That feeling of gratitude, that feeling of amazement, that feeling of energy, that feeling of happiness, that feeling of fearless, you know? Get that feeling in you. Go ahead, just feel it. And understand that that is the real you. Now I want you to seek out somebody that is in that field, that's doing what you want to do, and make them your mentor. Let them mentor you into what can be achieved. Because they have the key, they did it, they're doing it. They have the key to unlock that which you forgot existed. After you get a mentor, you have to figure out a way to get your time and financial freedom back. So I encourage you to look at multi-level marketing companies. The companies that coincide with your vision. In other words, if your vision is nutrition and like you want to be the greatest nutrition person and help people understand how great they're, you know, how important it is to have a healthy body, mind, and spirit, don't get into a travel business just because you want the money, because your passion is not in there. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that people do when it comes to joining a multi-level marketing company. They go to a company that is supposed to get the money, but there's no passion there. So then they wonder why they leave and they're not happy. But that's a whole nother video. What you have to realize is once you join a multi-level marketing company, according to what your vision is and according to what your passion is, you will rock out like crazy, because not only is your mind in it, but your heart is in it. And once your heart is in something, oh, you are very powerful in that field. So go out, find a mentor, get a multi-level marketing company that's going according to your desires. And 3, never give up. It's not going to be easy to restart. It's not going to be easy to get those old thoughts out of your head about I got to pay bills, I need this job, blah, 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 blah. You know, I have kids, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be real easy to go back into that funk. But you have to remember that feeling of accomplishment, that feeling that you felt earlier when I told you to imagine your goal. Imagine the feeling that you have when you think about it. That feeling will catapult you further than anybody else in that business. All you have to do is not give up. That's the key to anything. Don't give up. Don't be that frog that sits in the cool water until it turns too hot and then you die. Go for it. Carpe diem. If you don't know what carpe diem means, it means seize the day. Every day seize it. You only have so many tomorrows. Today, seize it. Find out what your passion is. Revisit that old you, the old vibrant you that forgot how passionate you are about that. And then go get a mentor. Join the multi-level marketing group according to your goal, your passion. Never give up. Carpe diem.